Hey everyone, it's BHB here, and today we're going to be talking about Steph Curry's hand fracture, and in my opinion, why it's actually kind of good that it happened. Of course, you didn't watch the game. He fractured his hand going up for a layup against Aaron Baines, I think, and he ended up breaking or fracturing his hand, and he's going to be out for like a month or 2 months now. But calm down, Warrior fans, it's not that bad. You guys, this is actually probably one of the best things that could have happened for you, because now when Steph Curry comes back, you guys are going to be out of playoff contention for sure. You guys are not going to be able to really, come back from this huge injury. You guys, by the time he comes back, it'll be like Christmas or something. Or, I'm sorry, the Warriors are going to be like 2-25 or something crazy like that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so this season's going to be basically a throwaway. But I'm going to give you 5 steps on how to win a championship in the 2022 season. It's going to take 2 seasons, and you guys can come back. Watch. So part 1, keep the roster the way it is for the 2020 season. And that basically means limit Curry's minutes when he comes back. Let him come back at full strength as well. Don't rush him. Limit the minutes for Russell and limit Draymond Green's minutes as well. And do not let Klay Thompson return. Let him come back to full strength and just keep him out. Don't risk it like Kevin Durant. Don't even try to get him adjusted to the season or to the game. Just keep him out. Let his knee fully heal so that there's no risk whatsoever. Now that's the easiest part. Now here comes the tough part. You're gonna have to trade in part 2 of the. So this is basically step 2. During free agency, you're gonna have to trade Russell and Green for 1-year contracts or draft picks. And basically, what happens is that by getting 1-year contracts or just draft picks, you're gonna have 2021 NBA free agency open. Your salary cap is gonna be open. Let me tell you, I did the numbers. My guy. So if they trade Russell and Green for 1-year contracts and or draft picks for the future and not for the 2022 season, that removes $54,040,212 from their cap space. Then they keep Klay and Curry. And in my opinion, they can decide what they want to do with their bench. If their bench is doo-doo, then they can get rid of them. If they want to keep the bench, then, keep the bench. But if they keep the bench, they only have $43,662,000 left. If they get rid of their entire bench, they're going to have $58,150,000 left. Now, they can do whatever they want with that. But all you need to know is that they need to trade Russell and Green. And in my opinion, I would get rid of the entire bench, try and get as much money as possible. The core basically is Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. The ball movement between those two and the unselfishness between those two set the tone for the rest of the team. Let me tell you that. All right, so that's step 2. Step 3, the 2021 season. Once you get that free agency with these 1-year contracts, and let me tell you this, it's a preparation season. Let Klay return and get used to the game. Let any 1-year players or any rookies, scout them out. See if you want to keep them for the championship run you're gonna have next season. All right. If you have any rookies, also make sure you don't have any rookies during the 2022 NBA free agency. No, I'm sorry, 2021 NBA free agency. Do not let that happen at all. Okay, because it'll ruin the cap space, and in my opinion, you're gonna need as much money as you can for the potential free agents. Now, for example, when I say choose who you want to be on your championship team, I think you have Pascal and Omari Spellman. Those are 2 relatively young players. See which one of those guys, they're both power forwards, see which one of those guys you want to keep and which one of those guys you want to get rid of. Simple as that. You don't have to go in depth. Just say which one fits our team better and which one doesn't. If they both fit your team, then that's great. You can have 2 power forwards off the bench or 1 power forward starting. Depends on how you choose your players in free agency. Now, this is easy, the hardest part. Step 4, you have to strike gold in free agency 2021, of course. Let me tell you some players. There are a lot more players on this list in total, but I'm going to tell you a few. Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, Paul George, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Blake Griffin, Mike Conley. That's just the smallest of players that are going to be open for free agency in 2021. That's crazy. Now, I take PG and Kawhi and LeBron off the list because I don't think those guys are ever going to play with Steph Curry. Or personally, I don't think LeBron's going to play with Steph Curry, but I do think that PG and Kawhi are going to be winning in LA, so they're not going to leave what they have there. So yeah. Now, I think there's like 3 paths to an NBA championship roster. All right, you have one All NBA player, or I'm sorry, you have 2 All NBA players or 2 All Stars basically, and one of those players take a pay cut, but then you have $0 left for a starter. Like you have no money left. So basically, the max during this year is gonna be like $37 million. So if you give Giannis $37 million, but then Blake at age 32, he's like, I can still get more money. I'm 32, nearing the end of my prime. This is my last year ever to get money. He might go, oh, I want the rest of the cap. Give me it all. Even though I can't get the max, I still want this championship because I've never won one. But still, I'm not going to take that large of a pay cut. So basically, Giannis is going to be getting $37 million, and Blake will get the other $21 million or $19 million. And in my opinion, it is what it is. You got to do it. Pay the man. And yeah. And then if you want, you can keep Kevon Looney on the bench. Since he's been with the team, I'm pretty sure you can go over the cap to sign him. That's how it works. But the bench is going to have a bunch of scrubs, or a bunch of players that really want to win and are willing to take less money to win. All right, now you have route number 2 or path number 2, and that's going to be one All-NBA player or one All-Star and one star at the end of his prime. Now, what I mean by that is, so for example, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, but Mike Conley, for example, at age 34, this might be one of his last seasons ever. He's gonna be 34. Not all players go out to play till like 38 or 40. He most likely, this is probably his last 2 seasons if he's at 34, and he's gonna sign a 2-year contract and then retire after that. If he's Mike Conley, he might say, I'm not that guy anymore, so I'm not gonna be taking whatever's left of the cap. I'll only take 15 million, 10 million, maybe 17 million, and as a result, that's gonna leave. Generally, if Mike Conley does take 15 million and goes to play as a point guard spot, he will have the Warriors will have $6 million left for a starter and bench players. Now, if they're smart, what they're gonna do is they're gonna sign all their bench players first with the $6 million, and then they'll go over the cap with Kevon Looney, and as a result, have a decent bench. They're gonna have a little resemblance of a bench, and that's better than, in my opinion, having no bench whatsoever. So that's route 1. Or that's path 1, that's path 2. Whatever you guys like more, I don't care. These are just potential teams that I see happening. And like obviously this might not happen. Of course, Bob Myers, he's probably not gonna watch this video. Like, let's be honest here. But this is just how I see it. Like, this is, in my opinion, it's good that Steph Curry fractured his hand. Get rid of Draymond, get rid of D'Lo, and this is, in my opinion, my favorite team. Route number 3, Steph Curry at the point guard position, Klay Thompson at the shooting guard position, Giannis Antetokounmpo at the small forward position, and then you have $21 million left to sign a power forward and the rest of your bench. Now think about it. You don't have to get 4 All-Stars in the league anymore. Remember, it's a team of duos. Kawhi, PG, Lowry, Siakam, LeBron, AD, Lillard, CJ McCollum, Wall, Beal. Obviously, Wall isn't playing. Sorry, I feel bad for that guy. He's having a tough time, but back on topic. You don't need 4 All-Stars, but what you do need is a bench. And $21 million? Now remember, you're gonna have Steph Curry as your point guard. He's on a super max. Klay Thompson, since he wasn't an All-NBA player last year, he did not reach supermax status, I guess. And Giannis, he most likely will be reaching supermax status, but if the Bucks don't win within the next 2 years, which I don't think they will, he'll move. And in my opinion, he might look at Golden State and be like, this can actually happen. Because LeBron, AD, Kawhi, PG, if those guys stay where they are, where's he going to go? He's not going to join one of the LA teams. That's a really... Hey, actually, he might pull a KD. You never know. But he might join the 76ers, But if he joins a team and he looks around and says, which has most likely the weakest duo with the weakest bench, who have been failing within the past 2 years, and I can come in as a superhero and bring this team to a championship, it's going to be the Warriors. And in my opinion, you have $21 million to get a starting power forward, because like I said before, you can get Kevon Looney over the cap if you sign everyone else first. Now, if you want to keep like Amari Spellman or Pascal, people that have been doing really well, or excuse me, not really well, but people who might be doing well, getting more minutes and being developed within the next 2 years, then they might be a starting power forward. And then you have $21 million left over to sign a bench. That's crazy. Like this is it. $21 million to sign 4 or 5 guys that can really develop your team and help you off the bench. Like, remember when the Lakers lost to the Clippers bench outscored them like 60-19. The Clippers bench won that game. And in my opinion, the bench is going to be one of the most important parts of the championship team, which is why I like path number 3 most. Getting only Giannis in the free agency, but then getting a bunch of a bunch of bench players and role players. So that's basically it. This was basically just to raise Warriors fans' hopes a little bit. Like, you guys are freaking out, obviously you guys aren't used to losing. Oh wait, there's probably not any more Warriors fans. Steph Curry got injured. You guys started off 1-3 right now. So yeah, there's probably no more Warrior fans left except the ones in 2011. You guys always stay loyal, but like I said, there is really nothing left here for the Warriors in this season. So if they take this plan, they're going to be right. Like, if they do this correctly and they have $58 million left in cap space by the 2021 free agency, I think that makes them, by that alone, championship contenders, because the offensive play style in Golden State is just amazing. It's great, and I think that it's really going to help these guys out. It's really going to attract free agents a lot. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. This is all hypothetical, of course. This is just a path to the finals, the way I see it. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Have a nice day, and goodbye.